Good morning, my dear students. This is another opportunity for me to be in front of you and conduct a lecture on English first paper. Dear students, the last two classes were conducted on English first paper. To be exact, I talked about Unit 6, Lesson 2. Dear students, there are 6 paragraphs. There are 6 paragraphs in Unit 6, Lesson 2. There are actually 6 paragraphs in Unit Lesson 6. Unit 6 and Lesson 2. And from these 6 paragraphs, we constructed a lesson depending on para number 1, paragraph number 2 and paragraph number 3. That means the first 3 paragraphs comprise the first lesson that we completed during our last 2 classes. Today, I have taken the opportunity to construct another lesson depending on paragraph number 5 and 6. That's why you can see the line over there. We are talking about Unit 6 and the title of the unit is Adolescence, and we are talking about Lesson 2, paragraph 5 and 6. And these 5 and 6 number paragraphs have made a passage, and this passage was given in a board question. So my dear students, today we will totally focus on paragraph number 5 and 6 of the lesson 2 of Unit 6. Is it clear to you? I think it's clear to you. Now, my dear students, we have to understand the whole passage. That means we have to learn 2 important paragraphs. And these 2 important paragraphs are about the problems of adolescent girls and boys. We will talk about the problems that are faced by adolescent girls and that are faced by adolescent boys. Okay, so my dear students, we are going to talk about paragraph number 5 and 6 of lesson 2 of Unit 6. I think you have understood me, and this passage was given in Dhaka board exam. Look at the next slide, dear students. This is paragraph number 5. We will talk about the whole paragraph. We will talk about the whole paragraph. Paragraph number 5 is about the problems of adolescent girls. What kind of problems adolescent girls face whenever they are detached from school? I'm going to talk about the problems faced by adolescent girls in Bangladesh whenever they are detached, whenever they are pulled out, whenever they are dragged out from school, or you can say educational system. Look at please. When adolescent girls are pulled out of school, either for marriage or work, they often lose their mobility, their friends, social status. The first sentence is really or I can say the first sentence is really a sign of frustration for us, because most of the time adolescent girls are pulled out. They're still pulled out. Here, pulled out is a phrase. This phrase conveys the meaning of, can I say drag out? Yes, I can say drag out, I can say draw out. That means the adolescent girls become detached from school, and there are actually 2 reasons. There are actually 2 reasons according to the passage. There are actually 2 reasons for which adolescent girls become pulled out of school. There are 2 reasons for them. One is marriage. Another is work. Because of marriage or work, adolescents, girls are pulled out or dragged out or drawn out from school. Whenever adolescents, girls become pulled out of school, they get deprived, they get detached, or you can say they lose their mobility. Look at the word mobility. So my dear students, I have already given you two synonyms for pulled out. One is drag out, another is drawn out. Okay, next one, the word mobility. What does mobility mean in Bengali? Write in the comment box, my dear students. What does mobility mean according to the passage? According to the passage. I'd like to have your comments, my dear students. What does mobility mean? Yes, thank you. Gotishilota. Mobility means gotishilota. Can you say what kind of parts of speech is movement or mobility? What kind of parts of speech is mobility? Definitely it's a noun. And the synonym of mobility, I can say movement. Okay. And if I want to get an antonym of mobility, I can say restriction. So movement is the synonym and restriction is the antonym of mobility. So my dear students, mobility is itself a noun, and this noun conveys the meaning of movement, and movement and mobility have an antonym which is called restriction. So my dear students, they lose their mobility. Adolescents, girls lose their mobility because whenever adolescents, girls are pulled out of school, they become deprived of going out of home. As they get deprived of going out of home, their normal movement gets hampered. The tie between the friends and them becomes stopped. That is, the relationship, or you can say the tie between them and their friends stops because they get stuck to home. They remain confined to their residence, or you can say home, whenever they get detached from their school. They become deprived of their social status. Dear students, whenever a girl goes to school, in other words, we can say she has a status. She is a student. She has the status of being a student. But whenever an adolescent girl becomes deprived of going out, we can say she becomes deprived of getting a status. So my dear students, whenever an adolescent girl becomes deprived of going out of home, she loses some opportunity. She loses her movement, she loses her friends, she loses her social status. So my dear students, up to this part we have got that because of two reasons. One is marriage, another is work. For these two reasons, adolescents, girls are pulled out of educational system, and because there are some three consequences. There are three consequences they actually face. Number one, they lose their mobility. Number two, they lose their friend. Number three, they become deprived of their social status. Look at our next sentence. It's not bug out, it's drag out. Now, my second sentence, dear students. The lesson that I am talking about today is really important because this is already given in board question. The lack of mobility. whenever an adolescent girl becomes deprived of going out, that means whenever she doesn't get the opportunity of mobility, the girl becomes deprived of economic and non-formal opportunities. I have underlined 4 words. Number 1, lack. Number 2, curtail. Number 3, economic. Number 4, opportunities. Now my dear students, tell me what type of parts of speech are these words? What kind of parts of speech? Lack, curtail, economic, opportunities. Write down. Write down the name of the parts of speech of the underlined word, of the words that I have written on the virtual board. Yes, Shohan Sarkar, lack, oh my God. Yes, yes. Carry on. Tell me the parts of speech of the words at one time. Okay. Don't write them differently. What kind of parts of speech are the words that I have written on the virtual board? Yes, Saida. Thank you. Noun, verb, adjective, noun. Thank you. I don't know what kind of parts of speech they are. We will calculate. Don't be busy with only lack, my dear students. Tawfika, Farjana, what are the other words? Fariha, Sunny, Tushar, Abir, Alok, Safi, Trisha. Okay, my dear students, let me calculate. You have to, my dear students, you have to calculate the parts of speech of a word according to the uses in the sentence. According to the uses of a word in a sentence, you have to calculate the parts of speech. The first one, the lack of mobility. Here, lack is working as a noun, because we know that after determiner, parts of speech noun is used. What is determiner? A and the. You know that these are articles. Articles are actually called determiner. Actually, articles are called determiner. A and the. These are articles, and articles are called determiner. Okay, my dear students, articles are called determiner, quantifier, demonstrative, possessive. They are also called determiner. Okay, some of you might not know what determiner is, what possessive is, what demonstrative is. Okay, we will talk about these issues whenever we will be able to talk about modifier. This is related. These are related to modifier actually. So my dear students, we have come to know a grammatical item, and that is after determiner we have to use the noun form. So the is a determiner, and here we can say lack is a noun. The lack of mobility among girls also curtails. Now my dear student, curtail is a verb. Curtail is a verb. Another one, economic. Economic is an adjective. Opportunities, noun. Okay, now I have some issues to talk about. What is the synonym of lack? What is the synonym of lack? Can I say want? Write your answer. What is the synonym of lack? Can I say want? What is the synonym of curtail? Can I say decrease? Can I say reduce? Can I say lessen? Yes, I can say. What is the synonym of economic? What is the synonym of economic? We talked about the synonyms of economic in our last classes. Monetary, financial, fiscal. Okay. What are the synonyms of opportunities? What are the synonym of opportunities? Can I say? Chances. Okay, so lack is a noun, cartel is a verb, economic is an adjective, opportunity is a noun. The synonym of lack is want, the synonym of cartel is decrease, reduce, lessen, don't say lesson. The synonym of economics, monetary, financial, fiscal. The synonym of opportunity is chances. The antonym of lack of want is affluence. The antonym of lack and want is affluence. Okay. And the antonym of chance is, you can say hindrance. You can say impediment. My dear students, I am going to repeat. We have written the synonyms of lack, cartel, economic, and opportunities. The antonym of lack and want is affluence. The antonym of opportunity, you can say hindrance and impediment. This is the game that we have played with these words. Now let us talk about the next line. We have already talked about two important lines of the first paragraph, that is paragraph number 5 of unit 6 lesson 2. Now my dear students, let us learn the third line. Sorry. I need the first slide. Okay, thank you. Sorry, my dear students. Look at the last sentence. Moreover, this paragraph, dear students, look at me. This paragraph is totally about the problems of adolescent girls. Okay. The next paragraph is about the problems faced by our adolescent boys. Okay, last sentence. Moreover, who can tell me what type of parts of speech is moreover? What kind of parts of speech is moreover? What kind of parts of speech is moreover? Who can tell me? My handwriting. Okay, I will make it larger. What kind of parts of speech is moreover? Oh my God. Conjunction, adverb. Are you sure whether they are adverb or conjunction? Who is absolutely sure? Who is absolutely sure here? Some of you are thinking that these are conjunction, and some of you are thinking that they are adverb. Sure. Okay, we will not talk about whether they are adverb or conjunction. Let us talk about, and I will give you some time, and I will tell you the answer at the end of our lecture. Okay, my dear students, moreover has a synonym, and that is besides. Can I say that? Can I say that? What is the synonym of moreover? The synonym of moreover is besides. Yes. Moreover has a synonym named besides. My dear students, they lack information about health issues. Whenever adolescent girls become deprived of mobility, that means going out of home, they become deprived of information about health issues. According to a study, only about 3 in 5 adolescents have even heard of HIV. Look at 3 out of 5 adolescent girls come to know about HIV. 3 of 5. So 10 of 6. So 60. Look at my dears. What is the statistics? About 40% adolescents girls do not know even about HIV. 3 of 5 means 60 of 40 no. 60 of 100 no. 40% don't know. Okay. 40% don't know. So my dear students, we have already talked about. I have not given you the solution. I have not given the answer. That is the solution of moreover. What kind of percept speech? Try to suffer. I will give you the solution at last. Now, my dear students. I need to talk about the next. Nusrat Jahan, you are writing adverb. The students who have written the percept speech of the word moreover, I have already noticed your answer, and most of you are taking 2 percept speech. They are adverb and conjunction. Let us learn the next paragraph. My dear students, I have already told you that at the beginning of my lecture. I have already told you that this passage is about 2 paragraphs. I have completed the first one. Now I'd like to talk about the next one, and the next one is about the problems of adolescents boys. But the next one is, this paragraph is connected with the paragraph number 5. Okay, this is the remaining part of paragraph number 5. It is also reported that more than 50% of adolescent girls are undernourished and suffer from anemia. Very sad news, my dear students. 50% adolescent girls are ill-fed. 50% adolescent girls are ill-fed. Clear to you? 50% adolescent girls do not get the nutrition they need. Okay. Now, my dear students, you can say the next one is anemia. What does anemia mean in Bengali? Adolescent girls do not get the nutrition they need for their proper growth because they are undernourished, and as they are undernourished, they suffer from anemia. What is the Bengali meaning of anemia? What is the Bengali meaning of anemia? Do Does everybody know? Yes, that is rakto shunnota, rakto shalpota. Okay, lack of blood. Thank you. The next sentence is really pathetic. Adolescence fertility is also high in Bangladesh. This is frustrating in a sense, and this is you can say good news also in another sense. I can say adolescence fertility is also high in Bangladesh. What does it mean? What does it mean, my dear students? Adolescent girls have more fitness in giving fertility, in giving birth. Okay, that's why the line is there. Adolescence fertility is also high in Bangladesh. Look at the next line. The contribution of the adolescence fertility rate to the total fertility rate increased from 20.3% in 1993 to 24.4% in 2007. What does it mean? Let me calculate. Let me calculate. We are talking about 1993, and now we are comparing with 2007. The rate was 20.3%. 20.3% is the total fertility rate. Fertility means fertility is a noun. You can say reproduction. You can say birth rate. Okay, you can say reproduction, you can say birth rate. Okay, in 1993 the total fertility rate was 20.3%, but in 2007 it was 24.4%. The rate increased. The rate increased because of adolescent fertility. The birth rate increased from 20.3% to 24.4% because of adolescent fertility. This was the contribution of adolescent fertility. That's why the line is there. The contribution of adolescent fertility rate to the total fertility rate increased from 20.3% in 1993 to 24.4% in 2007. Moreover, neonatal. What does neonatal mean? Neonatal. Neonatal. What kind of participant species is neonatal? Okay, we know that neonatal means navojatok. What kind of participant species is neonatal? My dear students, you are absolutely correct. But who can tell me the participant species of neonatal? Definitely, it's an adjective. Moreover, neonatal mortality is another concern for young mothers. Young mother means whenever adolescent girls are married, they become vulnerable to being mother, or you can say to be mothers, and they are called young mothers. And there is a very clear picture in the overall situation of Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, whenever adolescent girls are married, in our last class we talked about, by the age of 19 they become mothers. These adolescent brides, whenever they give birth to children, they are called young mothers. And young mothers have a very dangerous, what should I say? Young mother has a very dangerous tendency of being vulnerable to mortality whenever they give birth to children. That's why neonatal mortality is another cause for young mothers. Whenever young mothers give birth to children, many babies, you can say, die because young mothers don't have the fitness of giving birth to children. That's why neonatal mortality is one of our concerns right now. My dear students, this is the paragraph that gives us clear picture of the adolescent girls in Bangladesh. Now, I'd like to talk about the problems. I'd like to talk about the problems of hazards that are faced by adolescent boys. Look at please. Next slide. Look at please. While the situation for adolescent boys is somewhat better, the situation of adolescent boys is somewhat better. But look at, there is the word while. There's the word while. What does while mean in Bengali? Here. What does while mean in Bengali? Comment please. What does while mean in Bengali? And what kind of parts of speech is it? Now tell me. Yes, thank you, Sifat Rana. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. Now tell me, what kind of parts of speech is while? Definitely it's a conjunction. Definitely it's a conjunction. Okay. We have already told you that the situation of adolescent boys in Bangladesh is somewhat better. But there are some problems, my dear students. But there are some problems. What is the problem? Many are vulnerable. Many are vulnerable. Vulnerable means jhukipurno. Many are vulnerable and lack the power to make decisions about their own lives. Dear students, try to fill the sentence. Adolescent boys are vulnerable and they don't have the fitness of taking decisions about their life. Adolescent boys lack the fitness of taking their personal decisions related to their life. Many boys who are unable to go to school or are unemployed remain or social or health issues. Many of the adolescent boys in Bangladesh do not go to school. Whenever they do not go to school, they become deprived of social and health issues. They are at considerable, look at the word considerable. You can say noticeable, you can say remarkable, and these are adjective. Okay, they are at considerable risk of being drawn into criminal activities. Adolescent girls face problem related to physique, related to society, related to economy. Okay, but look at the problems of adolescent boys. They can't take their decisions about family life or their own lives. Many of them do not go to school. Whenever they do not go to school, they don't come to know about the issues related to health and society. The most pathetic news is that there is a tendency of being drawn into criminal activities. Some of the adolescent boys, I can say many of the adolescent boys, have the tendency of getting addicted to drugs and alcohol. So my dear students, you are passing their adolescence, and you have to be aware of these facts. The boys and girls who are with me now have got a clear picture of the adolescents, boys and girls in Bangladesh. Actually, we are talking about the problems of adolescents, boys and girls. And these are the lessons that give you a clear picture. Okay, and you have to be quite aware. Okay, there is only one thing: you have to be educated. You have to be educated. I have told you that in my last class. Girls who are from affluent and educational, you can say educated families, have tendency to marry late. That means those who are educated have a real knowledge, and because of this knowledge, they will not do anything that goes against him or her. So my dear students, we have talked about the problems of adolescents, girls and boys in Bangladesh. Now, our next target, I'd like to give you a list of important words, and I have already talked about these words. Look at the words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pulled out, drought, drag out, mobility, movement, status, position, state, lack, want, cartel, decrease, lessen, reduce, economic, financial, monetary, fiscal, opportunity, success. Look at the words, and if you have any problem, please tell me. I would like to have the comment box, please. We will take another 3 or 4 classes on adolescence, because the unit adolescence has 6 lessons. Okay, I have taken 3 classes. I have taken 3 classes already to complete 1 lesson. We are still in unit 6 lesson 2, and we have already taken 3 classes. I will take another class because we need to talk about the question pattern regarding the paragraph number 6 and 5. Oh my God, I haven't forgotten. What kind of parts of speech is moreover? What kind of parts of speech moreover? Nuruddin Sarkar, 100% adverb. Yes, yes, 100% adverb. Very. Nusrat Jan, what do you think? What kind of parts of speech is moreover? I have problem with vocabulary also, Tasin, but you have to go on with learning. Thank you. Moreover is an adverb. Moreover is an adverb according to the uses in the sentence. Okay. Okay, thank you. I have taken my decision. Moreover is an adverb. Okay, according to the uses in the sentence. Dear students, look at the word. Look at the word and try to understand, or you can say try to memorize. Try to memorize, please. Try to memorize. Pulled out, drag out, or you can say drought. Mobility, you can say movement. Status, position, state. Lack means want. Curtail means decrease, lessen, reduce. Economic, financial, monetary, fiscal, opportunities, chances. There are some other words. Look at please. Next slide, please. I am the third umpire. Excellent. There are some other words for you, my dear students. There's some other words for you. I would like to request you not to take screenshot only. You need to write these words in your notebook, and every day you should have a look. I'm sure you will be able to keep these words in your memory. One thing must be kept in mind. In English second paper, you have vocabulary. 10 words are given, and you have to write either the synonym or the antonyms, or the underlined word in the passage. And for this grammar, that is for this question, you have to learn vocabularies throughout the year. It is not a matter of 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, 1 month. It is a matter of the whole year. So my dear students, look at undernourished. I have written 2 synonyms for undernourished. Undernourished is an adjective. Agriculture, malnourished or ill-fed. Fertility is a noun. And there are 2 synonyms, birth rate and reproduction. Mortality is a noun. The synonym of mortality, death rate and fatality rate. Honor is an adjective. The synonym of honor is unconscious and uninformed. Last one is considerable. We have already talked about. Okay. My dear students, you have had a lot of questions today, and after today's class, after the class is over, I will try to reread your comment. I will cover the comment box from the starting to the end today. And if you have any question, I will try to give you after the class is over. Today, after the class is over, I will try to read your every comment, because the classes will be uploaded in our website. So my dear students, I have already talked about 42 minutes. I don't want to talk anymore. My dear students, please enjoy the class again. If anything remains complicated to you, and in my next class, I will totally focus on the question pattern regarding MCQ and question answer related to paragraph number 5 and 6 of lesson 2 of unit 6. So my dear students, this is all for today. Thank you for being with me, and thank you for your excellent participation. Thank you for having a participatory class. And if you have any question, leave it in the comment box. I will try to give you the answer after the class is over. So once again, I'm going to thank you from our side. I'm going to thank you from Dhaka College for being with us. Thank you. Goodbye.